everybody, I'm up in Manchester for Bricktastic 2024. Now before we get going and diving in to look at some of the many mocks that are here, I think it'd be rude of me not to show you around the place. Arguably one of my favourite mock builders, Caz Mockett. She's been on London Calling loads of times actually throughout the years, on long Fridays with us. Caz, you're here at Bricktastic 2024. First of all, are you enjoying it? Because you've done some great stuff for this place.
Yeah, it's always great fun to meet people and meet other AFOLs and also meet the public, and it's lovely to hear people say that they really enjoy what you've done. So it's great.
Now, you've actually done a hat trick of stuff for this place. So let's start with this. This has got to be one of the best habitats I've ever seen in my life, and I've definitely got a favourite in this, and I'm curious to know if it's your favourite as well. But yeah, give us a quick tour of your habitat and environment, and tell us what your favourite piece is.
Well, basically I started building in November 2020 and I finished about 39 different colours by May 21, and then I've been adding slowly to the stack since then, now up to 50 different colours.
My word.
I finished the last 4 just for this show, so this is one of the most recent, the glow-in-the-dark one.
What was it like for getting the parts? Because this may not be the biggest mock in the world, but I bet some of these parts, being in monochrome, are super expensive.
I juggled goodness knows how many wish lists on Bricklink for many weeks, trying to get all the parts for all the things. So I got several on the go at once, and I knew I was looking for one specific difficult part to find. I find that in the shop and then see what else have they got, so I wasn't just buying one piece and paying a fortune for postage.
Caz, I do that so many times. I go to a Bricklink store, I think, yeah, this is what I want, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what else they've got there as well. I'm always doing that. Okay, so
you want my favourite colour?
I absolutely want your favourite colour.
In this stack, it's got to be sand red. I love the old colours.
I didn't even know that was a colour.
Yep. You do? Go on then. Yep. It's an obsolete colour. Can't get it anymore.
Okay. Was it like 10 years ago that you could get it and now it's just not a thing anymore?
I can't remember. I think it was the early 2000s when they stopped making it, something like that. But these droids are quite common in tan, but not in that colour. So, but you can't make a complete minifigure in that colour, so that's why those droids are in the stack.
That's why you use droids and not minifigures. Great work. Okay. So we're going to go across to the other side of the hall now.
Okay.
I mean, we've got 2 things that we're going to look at. New Hashima.
Yes.
Which I absolutely love. And a certain UCS AT-AT.
Maybe.
Okay. Which one would you like to look at first?
Let's look at New Hashima first, shall we?
Okay. New Hashima, here we come. So one of my favourite new things to hit the scene, or the AFOL scene anyway, and it's certainly not a theme that LEGO have yet decided to do, is New Hashima. Caz, you're part of this. Tell us what your contribution to this is.
Very small part of it this year. Mine is the red and gold hover car right in the middle. I was having my arm twisted to try and build a cube for this display, but unfortunately I was doing too many other things, so I said I'll build something little for this one, and then next year I'm hoping to build at least 1 or 2 cubes.
So you're going to do a cube?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to. Wait, do you know what? The other day we was on the live stream, we was talking about things that we'd like to do differently, and I suggested at the time, I think it would be quite cool to have a modular constructed from using a Technic frame, a bit like some of the Star Wars sets that you get out there. It seems to me some of the best Star Wars sets have Technic frames.
Yeah.
And I thought, why can't we do a modular? And then, of course, being here, I realised that they do them. It is all modular construction, like all Lego things.
And a lot of the best collaborations are built around a modular standard of some sort.
Yeah.
So
like
this
habitats,
is
like
exactly that, or Micropolis, whatever.
Yeah. Mills plates.
This is the standard that you build to, and if you build to that standard, it will work with everybody else's stuff. So interoperability.
Oh, interoperability, and that's a word I don't get dropped very often. Don't ask me to spell it. So tell me about the design. You've done the car. It's a hover car. It looks like a cross between a Monkey Kid set and maybe a DeLorean as well. Because
it actually started off as Mr. Oz's space car.
Oh, I got Freddy to sign my one for me earlier on.
Yeah, and I obviously colour swapped things and changed the wheels and made it hover. And then it had still got the blue pearlescent windscreen, and it just didn't quite go with the colour scheme. So a very last-minute Bricklink purchase was for the old trans brown windscreen, which came with printing on it. And so I was then scrubbing the printing off a couple of days ago to make sure it was.
God, there's no stopping you, is there? You love it.
Yeah.
I think it looks amazing. I think new Hashima is amazing.
It is.
A really good friend of mine online, Meredith Pink Wheels. She's really into this, and she's the one that kind of brought it to me. And I'm going to Chicago later on this year. I can't wait to see what turns up there.
I'd love to go as well for that, but
I know for me,
doubt it'll happen,
it's a dream. It's a dream. It really
Sure.
is. And your contribution to this is honestly, don't tell no one, Caz, but it's probably my favourite bit. Caz, in 2002, my wife bought me a Lego UCS 8080. I'm currently halfway through building it at the moment. It's I think end of the last Christmas. I actually put it on my dining table to complete, and at the moment it's still sitting there. And I've got family coming around next week, so God knows what's going to happen.
Better
there.
get on the case.
Yeah, or maybe I'll just say to them, let's have a Lego party. And try and get some more of it built. But tell me about this. Not only have we got an 8080 UCS set, which really doesn't have any grey on it, really at all, other than a few Technic pieces. You've gone all out brown, and you've gone for this again. Steampunk. New Hashima, cyberpunk,
Yes.
8080, steampunk.
Well, I was asked to take part in the collaboration, and I said yes. And then the big grey dog arrived, as I call it, and it sat in the box for several weeks. And then I started building a little bit of it. And then come sort of Christmas time, I thought, I really ought to finish it. So I finished building the chunks. I didn't put it together because I wanted to do lots of colour swapping. And then at the beginning of January, I thought I really, really need to get on the case with this, and started in earnest deciding what pieces I was going to change into which different colour. I'd never done steampunk before, but always wanted to.
You've never done steampunk, and you've done a UCS 8080.
Yeah.
Caz, I
go
love
big
you.
or go home. And then I discovered I don't really have much brown, so
So that was hit the Bricklink.
35 Bricklink orders in January
God,
for at least 130 different pieces. So, different types of piece.
Wow. So have we got a UK shortage now of brown pieces?
Yes, probably.
Thanks to you.
But I did finish it in time, which I'm really pleased about, and delighted with the results.
Okay, so like all these things, the outside aesthetic is perfection. Have you got a favourite piece on this outside section that you think actually that works really well, like the portholes or something like that?
I think the portholes are particularly good. Yeah, they're from Ninjago Spinners or something. Can't remember. I mean, people say to me, "Where do all these pieces come from?" And my answer is usually Bricklink. I don't know what the original things are.
You don't know what you don't care. You're a parts person.
Exactly. I just go through when I'm in a Bricklink store. I'm frequently looking at colour pieces by colour, not just pieces by function, if you like.
Oh, you're one of those. All right.
So I go and look at all the pearl gold and collect lots of greebles in pearl gold.
Okay, so if the beauty I love about this particular UCS set, well, I'll find out one day once I've built it, is it actually has a proper interior.
Yes.
There's a bit of a story going on or something like that. Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Well, this is basically Grommet. Now, I said the original was a big grey dog. This is now a big brown dog. Grommet stands for let me see if I can get this right. Giant Robotic Mechanical Intelligence Technology. Big walker, basically.
I take your word for it.
And basically, it's a private members club for explorers and people who go on expeditions.
Oh, I like that.
And so there's a galley at the back where they're cooking. The dining room at the bottom where they tell all their tall stories. a bar at the top where they get even more drunk and tell further stories. And basically there's a guy at the back in the engine room getting drunk on engine oil as well.
Oh yeah, just up here, there he is.
And then finally on top there's a balloon. If you decide to go for a little aerial view of something, you can take off and go in the balloon.
Now I've got to ask you, that balloon looks gorgeous. I mean, there is just something quintessentially, I don't know, Victorian almost about it.
Yeah. The pearl gold pieces were from a very recent DREAMZZz set. Can't remember what it was, but it's got a clock tower, and the pearl gold pieces were from that. The black ones were from Bricklink. So, you know, there's been quite a lot of recent sets that came out that have been an inspiration in terms of the parts.
I really like DREAMZZz. I think DREAMZZz is brilliant because you get the alt builds as well, and the designers seem quite nice as well.
Actually, shall I open the front as well?
Yeah, go for it.
I'll take this off. It won't fall apart. Come on, there we are. So this is in fact Mr. Oz from his space car.
Oh yeah.
Who's the driver?
So we got Mr. Oz in here. He's actually driving the thing. Of course, he's not using buttons or anything like that.
Wheel.
He's got the ship's wheel. I love it. Caz, honestly, online this has gone down so well. There's a lot of people out there. They love steampunk. A lot of people out there certainly like Star Wars. That's for sure. And I think you've done the absolute perfect mashup.
Thank you very much.
So it's not only here in the main hall that we've got displays and mocks. Right through here, we've got some more as well. So if you're into mosaics and trains, this kind of side of it is the place to be. Look at all that. So I'm here with Levi. Levi, tell me what are you here representing? Is it the LSUR?
So it's sort of the LSUR and the LNUR. So we're a Lego train club for UK Lego train builders. That we sort of split ourselves up to the north and south because shows are just a logistical nightmare otherwise.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But this is the northern club layout. So it's been built by 3 or 4 members, all in all. It's designed to be modular, so every show's slightly different. The only thing that's the same are the 4 corners. Everything else, it mix and matches, the orientation, the position. Some of it can be spun 180. We basically turn up at shows and run trains for a couple of hours.
I mean, I've been to a few shows. I think I met you a couple of years ago at Reading. You've got a real mixture of steam trains. I think there's a diesel over there running around. There it is, just over in that corner there. What's your favourite aspect of this? Because it's really big. I mean, I absolutely adore. Is that a bridge or is that a viaduct?
It's based off one of the bridges in Newcastle. I'm not quite sure which one. One of our other club members built it, but that's the first for this show. So we spent quite a long time Friday afternoon getting it level.
Yeah.
Because we weren't quite sure how high up the track needed to be. It's quite sketchily put up underneath there.
Yeah, I think a few people realise. I know some friends of mine that have got they got their mocks over several tables, and they're not straight. So it definitely pays to kind of factor that in as well. I'm curious. First of all, are you a steam train fan or are you a diesel?
So I'm a bit of both. I volunteer at Heritage Railway myself, so I deal with a lot of both. I quite like the operation side of things, so like the shunting and timetabling and that sort of thing. I also have a lot of model railway background, so at least in this case, I like recreating a model railway but with Lego bricks.
Yeah, I'm curious. I absolutely adore trains. The Mallard's my favourite of all time, it really is. Tell me a little bit about that little diesel one just up there. It looks like it's kind of doing its own thing. What's all that about?
Yes, so that's a Class 08, or also known as a Gronk. So British Railways built, I think, 1,500 of that kind of, that looked like that back in the day. They're called shunters. Which basically mean they move stuff around.
So they do all the grunt work.
Yeah, so we've got some good sidings here, so we're basically just moving some wagons around. It's something a bit different and it's a lot more fun.
Awesome. Now, as well as the impressive bridge that you've got there, which, by the way, a London bridge would look amazing over there. I'm just throwing that one out there. What's your favourite part of this entire mock that you guys have put together?
I really like the station, so the platform itself. It's based off a station at the Great Central Railway called Rothley. And it's a lovely.
Let's go round there, shall we?
Lovely station.
Yeah. So it's based off a brick. You've called it Brickley. Phenomenal name.
So this was built by one of our members, Shane Stoney. This was his first module he built for the layout.
So you're the mock builder. That's,
yes.
Wait.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
So I'm Shane. I built this. Started in I think it was about June last year, and just got it done in time for Shildon Brick Show in November. So it's based heavily inspired by Rothley on the Great Central Railway, at least from the running line forward. Anyway,
Yeah.
the back's a little bit more custom.
Okay. So tell me about what we've got here. So obviously we've got the sign, we got the toilets, which is always important.
This is the gents' toilets, which I think in real life doesn't have a roof, but
it doesn't have a roof.
I don't think so. No.
A typical gents'
but
toilet.
I've got a roof on it.
And what building's this?
So this is the ladies' waiting room and the ladies' toilets.
Okay.
So they have nice toilets.
They have a nice
gents,
I bet they're heated as well.
Yeah, and
throw
then
that
this is the ticket office.
Yeah.
And then obviously we've got stairs up to the main road because it's a Great Central Railway. They had a lot of their stations obviously were onto the main road, so they went up and then you drop down onto the running lines. So.
And I've got to ask you this: what's your preference? Diesel, electric, or steam?
I like steam. This is sort of modelled to be either sort of preserved or sort of late 50s, early 60s sort of station era, and that's what I like. I like sort of BR green. Early diesels, I like some stuff, but I like steam.
Great stuff. It looks amazing, and you guys have done an amazing collaborative job. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Cool, those trains, absolutely love it. Honestly, it's stuff like that kind of it goes and inspires me to want to go and build my Orient Express. I definitely think trains are a thing. I love them. I'm just not sure what my preference is: diesel, electric, or steam. I do like the steam. I think once I've built the Orient Express, I can kind of say with all certainty what my favourite is. But at the moment, all I've really built is a diesel and a couple of electric trains from the city range. But let me know what you boys and girls out there think about that too. Down in the comments. And don't forget, if you are enjoying this video and this content, and I do really want to do more vlogs in 2024, God, especially when I go to Chicago as well, let me know what you think of the content. And if you enjoyed it, do me a little favour, give us a thumbs up. Okay, so I was going to take a look at these by myself, but yeah, do you know what? I actually thought it'd be a bit more interesting to get some input from these two absolute stars, especially regarding this weekend, because it's a bit of an epic weekend for these guys in more ways than once. But anyway, if you follow on Instagram, folks, you'll probably find out why. But anyway, talking of epic things, we'll start off with you, shall we? And
let's start with me. Okay.
So tell us what you think about this.
Okay, the whole project is really, really cool. I believe it was a Brickish.
Yeah, it's a bit of a collab with different groups.
Lug support thing, I think. But yeah, no, this is really cool. I don't really know what this is necessarily meant to represent.
I just called it the purple one.
But yeah.
It's got a hint of Disney about it.
Yeah, I get that. Like mythical beast kind of thing. But it's really cool. I know a lot of people like the purple colour. So
yeah, I kind of like that. It gives a new meaning to the term shooting star.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, like that? All right, moving on to...
You've heard of a wolf in sheep's clothing, but never mind an 8080. That's what this is.
What's it representing? Is it...
Shaun the Sheep, innit?
Shaun the Sheep, that's what I think as well. That was it. Anyway, nice place to take a kip, isn't it? Anyway, so moving on to this one, cameras. There's a lot of cameras in Lego these days, aren't they? I mean, we've got one here, an AT-AT camera. Now, to be fair, right? I don't normally have this problem, but I can't tell the back end from the front end, to be fair.
This is the front. It's meant to be like a big projector projecting onto the screen. They did have a screen running earlier playing, I think they were playing Star Wars. And then they've got like a little audience to watch it.
Oh, there you go. Blimey, that must be a late night viewing. That is just having a nose in it. But there we go. Maybe they're watching the prequels. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. But anyway, so Sam, do you like that?
I like it a lot. Yeah, with the filmers running, they've even got the little strap from the 3-in-1.
That is the one in it. Yeah.
With Luke hanging off.
Oh, Luke's hanging off there. There we go. What can I say? I think it looks really nice. It's a nice touch. Great idea with the projector, the cinema screen. Yeah, I think it looks really good. This one it's like some sort of dinosaur.
It's really cool. Yeah, I love the back legs on this one. This is.
Well, I tell you what, this one hasn't missed leg day, has he, down the gym? Oh, I mean, look at those.
Maybe.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's usually the other way around. Well, it was with me anyway. I don't know about you two. So yeah, it's kind of a nice one, isn't it? A bit of a story, a bit prehistoric.
The eyes glow up, which is really cool. Yes. They've just used. I guess they've kind of just used the 8080 base as a good way to make a mythical beast of some kind. It looks really well. It works really well. Even like having the foliage and stuff going off of it.
Yeah. The foliage looks good. It looks really, really good. It looks like it's sort of been around for a long time. That
for sure.
Sort of almost like a mech or machine that time forgot.
Yeah. This is really cool as well. Using, I guess, some inspiration from that friend set that we got.
Oh, I like the bit. It's kind of like botanical. What's it called? The botanical gardens or something like that. And then I was actually going to get that, but now we've got that Lego idea set that's gone through. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to bother.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. I mean, we normally see snow troopers with blasters and stuff like that. This one's got a watering can there. I mean, that's quite a nice touch.
It's really cool.
The bottom one's making a salad.
That's it. Yeah, chicken salad. That's it. It's good.
Is that Professor Trelawney as a snow trooper down in there? Is that reference to Harry Potter? Is that Trelawney?
That's the hairpiece.
That 100% is.
Yeah, he does the herbologist class, right? I think.
Oh, I like that.
My Harry Potter knowledge isn't great.
It's more than mine. I didn't even spot that before. But look at all the red bricks. I love this colour red.
Yeah, that red's great.
I really like how they've done the base. That's a really like organic and unique shape they've got out of that with all the curves.
Yeah, that's really nice. In fact, that is the only one out of all of these that's actually done the base. I like that. Other than him, of course, he's got a nice pair of, or a couple of pairs of Adidas trainers on there. Sam.
Yes.
What do you think about fossils?
I love a good fossil. I didn't know 8080s had one.
Yeah, what about this one? What do you think of it?
Yeah, I think this is... I haven't actually seen this side of it until just now. I was walking the other side and I thought, oh, this is just what the normal one is as an example for all the other ones. And then come around this side, oh no, it's got intestines and other whatnot things flowing out the front. Yeah, it's a really unique idea.
Yeah, I like it a lot, especially the intestines part itself. It's like, ooh.
Yeah.
Some strange techniques in it. I'm assuming flex tubes and studs and things like that.
Yeah, I think anything to do with intestines is a bit odd anyway, personally. But yeah, it's I actually really like this.
Concept's great.
I love the jawline.
Yeah, the jaw is really good. The teeth showing and stuff.
Yeah, it does look really good. So okay. So this is a little bit more sort of classic Lego, a little bit of octane. So we got here sort of like instead of having sort of like a Formula One cars in a pit stop, we got like a sort of speeder stop, F1 speeders. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it?
This is a really good like mix mash of like the Star Wars elements, making the speeders. Like they could have very easily like just put Formula One things in, but they've even made the truck look more like it's like a floating, hovering truck rather than just having it.
Oh yeah, and there's proper getting Juggernaut vibes off this. And Sam, what do you think of all that chrome? I've never seen so much chrome.
I love a bit of chrome. It really just makes a build pop. Yeah, you can see it right around the front. It's really, just gives it something extra.
It does. It kind of makes me wish that Lego did more things with chrome on.
This is really fun. It's really good. The face looks very derpy as well. Like it's a bit of a derpy dinosaur, but it's very, very cool. The feet, the shoes, the Adidas shoes, are a nice touch. And honestly, can't do any damage for its stabilization because sometimes my 8080 is very, very wobbly. So I'm sure that's helped like stabilize it quite a bit.
I just don't know how you come up with the idea of this. It's like, right, okay, we're gonna do an 8080, but we'll make it a dinosaur and let's give it some trainers. Why not?
Yeah, it's a weird process of thoughts.
It does kind of set it off well. It's just missing maybe a tracksuit or something like that. But look at all these sort of smaller models here of it as well.
That's really
And look, that one's even got a dinosaur in it as well.
That's so good.
It's ridiculously good. The devil's really in the detail. Now this one I really like as well. I think they might have missed a trick on it though, because I'm looking at this, right, and and it's all about Robin Hood and his merry men and all that. Interestingly though, I just wish there was the odd Ewok in there or something like that.
Yeah, Ewok was
Ewok
missing
would be
from this
cool.
one.
But a really nice touch. I mean, the legs look like tree trunks.
Feet are really cool with all the big ugly rock pieces mixed in with the vines.
Yeah. And I know Kerry doesn't like Star Wars at all, but I think with this one having the mushrooms there, she might give this one an exception to the rule, doesn't
I think
it?
this might be my favourite one of the lot.
I think
It's
so too.
really cool. It almost gives like Noah's Ark's vibes with like taking the giraffes in.
It's so
Using
cool.
Duplo giraffes is really cool.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I think having seen some large Duplo set kind of displays here, I think there is definitely some life in Duplo for adults to sort of mess around with and
Especially at this
play
scale.
with.
It's crazy. It looks like they've actually made the neck function as well.
I reckon that would function,
Which is wild.
definitely. I'd like to see this sort of become something else.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't even tell you what the tail's made of. These are like really large, expensive pieces, and I know for this project they were all given a UCS AT-AT, but
Okay.
to be fair,
Yeah.
other than maybe one or two of them, there's not really much of the original
A lot
left,
of
is there?
changes to it, yeah.
And certainly this one.
I love the pilot up in the top of the giraffe as well.
There he is there. But yeah, when you sort of swap out snow troopers for giraffes, you sort of think, you're having a giraffe, aren't you, mate? But in reality, it actually really works. So Caz Mockett, she's an absolute star. I was chatting with her earlier on about this. I like steampunk. I like the fact that it's kind of quite audacious, to be honest, and has its own kind of look and style about it. What do you think about this one?
I think it's really cool. Yeah, another just super unique idea. Just take the AT, and again, this is one that has not used that many pieces from the set. It's a lot of new stuff in there. And just like, there's like roller coaster rails, those are Ninjago pieces. I think those are like carriage wheels from Disney sets on the legs there.
I think those wheels have come off that gift with purchase that came out over Christmas.
It could
yeah,
have
the
been,
carriage. Yeah. But yeah, I was talking to Caz earlier on, and she said she got the set, and she basically thought, I'm going to do it in brown, and 35, maybe 38 Bricklink orders later, she actually finished it. So what's your overall thoughts about this sort of collection of AT-ATs?
I think it's a really fun idea, and they've done an excellent job. Yeah. If anything, I'd love to see 20 more.
Yeah,
it's great.
Well, next year they just got to give a few more to some other
more.
people. I'm in. I don't know about you lot. What about you then?
No, I like it a lot.
himself.
I do have enough AT-ATs. I don't need any more. Page, you kill me. But no, I really like it. Like I said, the giraffe is fantastic. I'm interested to know what you would do, Greg, if you were given one. What would your theme be?
Oh, I tell you, do you know what? I think if I was going to do one, I think I would maybe do one in the form of maybe a spider.
Okay.
I think I'm thinking spider. So instead of the 4 legs, maybe stick 8 legs on it and something like that, and I don't know, do something like that with it as well, and put like and do it in black. I think that would look a black one with
Black AT-AT
black
would be sick,
with red hints of red about it. I think that would look pretty cool. Let me know what you boys and girls out there would do if you was given a UCS AT-AT and you had to customise it. Let me know what you think about that down in the comments below. Guys, we're coming to the end of the vlog. We're coming to the end of Bricktastic 2024. I feel a bit sad about it, actually. What are you guys? What are your takeaways from this? Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's been a really good show.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready to sleep though, but I think I've seen it all. So I'm happy. Yeah. It was a hard thing to do because there's so much here, but I think I've got it all.
And what about you, Ian? Because I mean, it is a big undertaking. I mean, you're spending a whole weekend away from your kids. So.
It's one of the hardest shows to do from that point of view, because it is far away, and essentially we see them. Friday morning we ship them off to school, and then we disappear.
So not till Monday we see them again.
Yeah, because by the time we get home they'll be in bed.
Okay, and Carrie,
they don't miss us.
Carrie, from your of course they do. Just out of curiosity, just to get them back on side again, have you got some Lego for them?
We haven't bought them anything. No, we're terrible parents.
Have you bought anything for yourself?
No, we've actually done really well. We bought food and no Lego.
I mean, I've been quite good. I mean, I bought two things. I bought a couple of bits and pieces from you guys, of which I've got no idea what that's going to cost yet.
Thousands and thousands.
Oh, it's a bargain, honestly. And I actually.
It is a bargain.
Okay. And I actually bought one thing from here, and
expensive thing.
Yeah, definitely a white whale thing, that's for sure. But I did get a good deal on it. At least that's what I'm going to be telling my wife anyway. Ian, from your point of view, from all of this, what's been one of your favourite mocks that you've seen here?
Oh, favourite mocks? That's always such a tricky question. Obviously ours.
Yeah.
Yours is absolutely gorgeous. Honestly, the colours, it's pop-tastic. It really is.
The pod racers, obviously, seeing that going round, considering, we transported half of it and then we had to fix half of it when we got here. So you're actually seeing that going.
Has been big. Tex and Sam's pod racer is absolutely, it's going to go down in legend, they will do.
I'm really hoping they continue with it because there's some really cool features on it that they've built in that they haven't got working yet.
The potential is brilliant, and honestly, folks, it's the story behind it is absolutely epic. And do check out their channels, Not That Sam Smith, and of course Planet Tech. Carrie, before you go into Dozeland and dream of Lego, what's been one of your favourite mocks that you've seen here?
Anything that's colourful, I've liked. I really enjoyed the little VW vans in all of the rainbow. And it's such a small little build, but because they've got the colour, I like. But I've really enjoyed the AT-ATs. They've been pretty spectacular.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I think the AT-ATs for me have definitely been a highlight as well. But overall, I've completely enjoyed everything about it, and the company, the Lego family, everything, and you guys as well. You guys have been a big part of that too, and we've actually had some good nights out, haven't we?
We've had a lot of laughs. Yeah, and not enough sleep.
Yeah, and I think from a kind of food consumption point of view, lots of sugar, and definitely in mine and certainly Ian's sake, a lot of chicken as well.
Yeah, chicken's good. Keeps you going.
It sure does. It's a meal, a Mars bar and a chicken leg. It's a meal, folks. So, Bricktastic 2024, by far the most immersive Lego AFOL experience I've ever actually had. I've totally loved it, and I genuinely think I'm going to get withdrawal symptoms from not being here, living in this kind of bubble for a few days of just being all things Lego. It's kind of good. But of course, got to return to the real world. Starting off with London Calling, I totally loved doing that on Friday. That was kind of a bit of an experiment as well, and even though it was a short one, just for an hour and a half, it kind of worked. We kind of accomplished everything we wanted to do on that, and honestly, if he was here, seeing what was going on behind the scenes and that, it really was a bit of an adventure, but I totally loved it. It was really good, and hopefully we can do that again next year as well, and we'll be also slightly refined as well. The other thing as well, doing a kind of a bit of a random mini tour live stream as well. That was quite good fun. I enjoyed that. Got to show off a little bit more than we did on Friday. And it was kind of like a nice little teaser as well. And hopefully you guys out there have kind of enjoyed this vlog. But I did actually pick up one or two little bits and pieces like Ian and Carrie were just saying. So I think it's time to sort of fast forward and show you boys and girls what I actually got. Now, I don't know about you lot out there, but I actually seem to suffer with this this condition where when I buy Lego, I completely forget that I've actually even bought it. Now, I thought I was literally going to do a quick haul, show you guys and girls out there a few bits about what I bought, but I'm actually surrounded by Lego. So I'll keep it as brief as I can. Now, of course, it all started on Thursday when I got up there. Most people just go up there on the Friday. That's only because you can set up in the convention centre there. That's when you can access it. I actually happen to really like Manchester. The architecture is brilliant up there. It's got a kind of Croydon vibe about it. That's probably due to all those trams. But anyway, I got up there and of course, up there we have a Lego store. We have a Discovery Centre as well, but I didn't get a chance to go and see that. Still haven't been there. If you have been there, let me know down in the comments if it's any good, if I should go up there next time I'm there. So whilst I was in the actual store itself, I picked up a few bits and pieces as well. The Lego store in Manchester isn't actually that big. It's probably around the same sort of size as Battersea Power Station, but unlike Battersea Power Station, it's got a brilliant pad wall, it really has. So I picked up just the one box. I got a few sort of large slopey pieces, the kind of pieces that you see on sort of small boats or maybe on some aeroplanes or something like that. I picked up one or two of these too. The lampposts, only literally just a handful of them because the box itself is mostly made up of these burp pieces. So the second thing I got was just a couple of minifigures actually from Series 25. Now one of these is the Fierce Barbarian. The figure is actually okay on that, but she's got an awesome sword, so I wanted that. And the other one being the Vampire Knight. Now I'm just going to say it now. This I think is probably, actually no, I'm going to say it is the best minifigure of 2024 so far. Again, let me know what you think about that down in the description below. Now I can't tell you what's what because they're in boxes. And again, before the convention even opened, I still managed to buy even more Lego. This time though, I'd kind of pre-ordered it, so I'm not sure if that really counts. But anyway, and it's this. And it's the train to Studgate. So if you've ever heard of the Bricklink Designer Program, there was an awesome set that came out called Studgate, and it came with a couple of these trains. Now, Ian and Carrie, otherwise known as the Brick Bods, didn't actually want to keep their trains, so I asked them, would they kindly sell me their two that they've got? That means when I build Studgate, instead of having just the usual 2 carriages that you get as standard with it, I'll have 4 carriages. So in essence, twice the fun. The last thing I got off Ian and Carrie is this, the retro food truck. Now, when this actually came out as a gift with purchase, I didn't actually have anything to buy. I think I just made a bit of a major purchase like a week or so just before it. And it was one of those situations where I just simply couldn't justify it. But anyway, it comes with 310 pieces, 2 minifigures, and a lot of hot dogs. Okay, so moving on to what I actually got at the convention centre. When you get there on the Friday morning and you're setting up, you have to register. And when you're registering, you get a choice of sets to get. Now, I actually picked up the DeLorean. The other 2 were Optimus Prime and Luke's Land Speeder. But I went for this one because even though I've already got this one, I've actually got those other 2 as well. This one's pretty cool because it's kind of like a 3-in-1. Reason being is that I've already built this one and I've got it in this format. But I'd like to really have it in this format, the kind of the hover style one. I'm going to do that now. I will probably just build this because this has got some amazing build techniques, especially the way the wheels actually move downwards. Also comes with 2 great minifigures as well, especially Doc Martin. Love those glasses. And we get a light brick as well, which is always exciting. Now, something that always is exciting when you go to these conventions is occasionally you might be lucky enough to pick up some sig figs or some actual show bricks as well. I certainly took one with me, and I actually really enjoyed sort of like parting it out and giving it to people and then giving me theirs. So it's kind of like some nice trade-offs going, but also just randomly handing them out to people as well was kind of nice. Now the sig figs I picked up were these, and at the top here we got Caz, we got Polar Bricks, got Madlib, and KO, that's his latest sig fig. But this guy up here, he's part of the band of misfits, and as you can see, they've got a really nice custom printed brick there. Another exciting one, of course, was Brickset. And I got given that from Hugh from Brickset, which was really nice. And if all goes well, at some point soon, we'll actually have him on a London Calling one Friday night. So last of all, the big set that I got, my major purchase of the weekend, was this. It's set number 10251, and it's the Brick Bank. Now, I've always wanted this set for, well, I say always, probably at least the last 2 years anyway, but I was kind of resigned to the fact that because of it being so expensive, and it is ridiculously expensive, that I was just going to part it out and kind of slowly build it and assemble it with you guys. But because I got such a good deal on this, I couldn't pass it up. I love it. It's got 5 minifigures, 2,382 pieces, and I just love the architecture and the parts usage on it as well. You've got these exclusive windows, which do look really lovely in Art Deco style. And I kind of get a bit of a modular construction site vibe about it as well. It's probably because of all these large Georgian windows around there. But also, one day, for Lagondon, my city, I'll be able to make this street with the bank, the pet store, the detective's office, and of course, probably my absolute favourite is the very olive green Parisian restaurant. They are absolute classic modulars, they really are. And with that, it brings us to the end of this Lego haul, and of course, this video too. So if you happen to enjoy the video, then please do give it a thumbs up. And if you happen to be new around here, then why not hop on and subscribe and become a big part of the LBB family. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.
Freddie, thank you for your insights and stories as well. We're going to be back a little bit later as well, doing this all over again. So feel free to pop by then, folks. But anyway, thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day here at Bricktastic. And if you take one thing away from being here today, just remember that Lego is a wonderful thing, and each and every one of you out there are too. Thank you.